Do 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 do. Who else am I talking to? Do. Hello. Welcome to my show. I'm Samaria Guitaria, telling you stories about dates gone wrong. This episode is called Vanilla Ice. This guy kind of looked like Vanilla Ice, except his hair was like real dark. He was kind of thin. Met him on an app. He was an MMA fighter and an iron worker who had got into an accident in which a forklift drove over him. He had lost some mobility down his whole left side, some issues with walking and also with use of his hand. I didn't care. We met on the video call. Immediately he told me, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. These are the right things to tell me." Said he wanted to go on a date, but I was going to be the next week in Hawaii because I booked myself a trip for Valentine's Day. And so while I was in Hawaii and in the Valentine's week, we had messaged and called one another, and that seemed like it was going to be cool. Then we met when I got back. I asked him if he was still in a wheelchair, if we needed to consider that. He said no, we did not need to consider the wheelchair. It was not an issue. And so he said he wasn't in a wheelchair anymore. So when we first met up, I could see that he did have an issue. He was like dragging his left side a little bit when he walked and had some issues with the hand. And so things had happened that evening. I probably shouldn't have rushed into it. I guess I took him being somewhat disabled as him being a nice guy. Hey, Merry Christmas! And he just waving to a neighbor. And he was not a nice guy because he said he was going to meet up the next week. And he said he'd call me, and he never did. And so I was really kind of annoyed. I ended up calling him, and he did answer the phone. And I'm like, yo, that was not cool. Why did you say you could hang out and you didn't? And so that's totally lacking integrity. And he's like, well, I just got caught up with things. I said, okay, but that's disrespectful. And he said, oh, I'm sorry. And I said, for whatever reason, I gave him another chance. I guess disabled doesn't mean you're not a jerk, right? So, then another week we were supposed to meet, and then he said, okay, well, I just have to do a few things. Let me call you afterward. And I said, this sounds very familiar to the last time you ended up ghosting me. So, let's not do that. Let's lock down a time and a place to be considerate. And he's, no, I promise I'll call you and we'll figure it out. Never did. So, I think he had some security issues or insecurity issues based on the fact that he was kind of disabled, and I didn't care about that. Like a lot of women, I think, might. I didn't. When he wasn't being a jerk, he seemed nice. But I'm thinking, like, I saw this meme recently that it's like, oh, women saying, oh, I had so much fun and he was so nice. And it's like, no, the woman was so much fun and so nice. And it's like, I'm so much fun and so nice. So it's like, I have this issue of like feeling like I'm almost in love with somebody as soon as I meet them. And then the longer I get to know them, then I'm totally disliking them. So I just need to take my time more, because I realize like I'm in love with all these possibilities and in love with all these people as soon as I meet them. And then like the more interaction, then I totally dislike them. So I guess I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt when I start things up, and everybody needs to be guilty until proven innocent, which is not what I'm doing. I'm doing the other way around, that they're going to be great and they're going to be super nice to me and respectful of my time, and they're just not. So more stories to come today on do 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 do. Who else am I talking to? Merry Christmas.